say and spell your first and last name and tell me what you do.
Sure, I'm Steve Thorsett, Thorsett, and I'm the president at Willamette University.
And my first question for you is just going to be, can you tell me why this is all happening right now? Why are these two schools merging?
I think both Pacific and Willamette are really excited about the ability to serve our students more broadly. I think both of us have been thinking hard about how we educate students to meet the needs of our region as well as the needs of the students. And we complement each other so well that this merger just made a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you guys been having these discussions for between the two schools?
Oh, we've been talking for years about ways we might work together, but we've been talking seriously about a merger for about 8 or 9 months now.
And how much did the national, quote, economic cliff and demographic pressures influence this decision?
I don't think it had much direct impact on us. It certainly has meant the mergers are in the air and people are thinking about the possibilities of reconfigurations of schools in a way they might not have been just a few years ago. But for us, we're both healthy institutions, strong, large institutions, and I think that this is really more about building capacity for the future than dealing with any particular problem today.
You've said this merger could create an institution, quote, Oregon needs for its next chapter. What does that mean in concrete terms?
I think that, one of the things both Willamette and Pacific have been really concerned about is how we think about the kinds of fields that we need to be educating students for. Health professions, obviously, is an area that Oregon has great need. The engineering disciplines, data science in particular, has been an area of great demand, art and design. And this is an institution that really thinks about all of those economic trends that we can address within our region and within Portland as a city.
Thank you for that. And then I did want to ask too, just about the general logistics of all this. The names will be changing, correct? Or are they going to be staying the same? And are the institutions, what's going to change in general just for the student that's on campus just trying to go to school?
Well, I think one of the most interesting things about this merger is how much isn't changing. People think of mergers as being a flattening into a single organization, and we're really building a different kind of university. We call it a collegiate university, in which the schools can maintain their identities and their traditions. So there'll still be a Willamette here in Salem, there'll still be a Pacific in Forest Grove, and a Pacific Northwest College of Art in Portland. But we'll build an umbrella over that, which is tentatively called the University of the Northwest. But we'll make a final decision on the name at the time of a merger.
Thank you for that. And what do you anticipate will be the biggest challenges in unifying two institutions with nearly 200 years of independent history?
Oh, we're early in this process still. There are plenty of challenges ahead. So the boards have agreed that they want to merge. Next, we need to hammer out a definitive agreement of merger. And there are lots of regulators, as well as the federal government and the accreditors, that we will need to satisfy. So this is going to be a process that takes at least a couple of years to really fully realize the benefits of a merger.
Mm-hmm. And you were just saying that there's not going to be too much that's changing in terms of the appearance, in terms of the schools having their same names. Will athletics, admission standards, and student life remain separate between campuses?
Yes, each of the undergraduate campuses will have its own admissions office, its own student culture, its own activities, and definitely its own athletics. The Bearcats and the Boxers have been competing since 1894, and we're not giving up that competition.
Great, and then just two more questions for you. I want to ask you, how will current students experience this merger? Will it be different academic requirements, majors, degree path changes, anything of that sort?
It's a little too early to give any specifics. A lot of those decisions will be made by faculty of the two organizations, assuming that we move forward successfully. But we certainly hope students will have new pathways between undergraduate education and graduate education, and that we'll be able to bring the expertise of the health professions and education and social work and psychology from Forest Grove here to Salem, and all of the expertise in governance and in data science and the natural sciences and law that we have here on this campus will benefit the students there.
And then my last question for you is, what does success look like 5 to 10 years after this merger?
Success is building an institution with more capacity to offer more to students, more capacity to respond to changes in the industry, and more capacity to serve Oregon and the Northwest.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I don't think so.
All right,
thanks
so
very
much
much.
for your time.
Yep.